I'm going to be talking about something I think a lot of women carry shame around. Like, you've done the work, you've healed relationships, you've gotten better at boundaries. You don't react the way now that you used to before. And you actually love who you are now. Your life has changed in a lot of really beautiful ways, except money. You've read the books, you listened to the podcast, you've journaled, you've done the affirmations, practiced gratitude, visualized. I can go on and on and on. You've worked with your mindset for years, and your bank account still doesn't look like the woman that you've become. If that's you, I want to say this first. That doesn't mean that you failed. It doesn't mean that you're bad at manifesting. I think money just asks something different of us than almost anything else does. So let's talk about why. So the shift that changed everything for me is when I realized money almost is never just about money. It's tangled up in safety, freedom, power, choice, visibility, worth, belonging, trust. So when I say I want more money, my nervous system might not hear all of that. It might hear, well, if I earn more, people will expect more from me. Or if I get successful, I'll get judged. Or if I outgrow my family, do I still belong? Those aren't just financial questions, they're identity questions, and they've been running quietly, subtly, whatever, in the background the whole time. Think about the other areas where you've grown, learning to communicate better, setting a boundary, walking away from something unhealthy. And a lot of that shifts in a moment. One conversation, one decision, one realization, and something is different for good. Money doesn't usually work in that way. Money gets built through hundreds of small decisions made over and over again for years. How you price yourself, how you negotiate, how you save and spend, how you respond when things go sideways. So, even with real, genuine inner growth, your money can still be running on old habits and old fears that never actually get looked at. And that doesn't mean the growth wasn't real. It just means that this part of you hasn't gotten the same attention yet. So think about what you grew up hearing. Maybe it was money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. Don't ask for too much. Be grateful for what you have. Nice girls don't talk about money. It doesn't matter if that came from your family, your culture, or just the water you grew up swimming in, okay? It becomes the lens that you see money through. And this is the main part that gets people. You can believe consciously that you deserve abundance and still be carrying stories underneath that make actually receiving more feel wrong somehow. And this is where the self-trust comes into it because money asks you to trust yourself before you have proof to make a decision, take a risk, believe what you bring is worth what you're charging. Invest before you're certain. So if you've spent years looking outside yourself for permission, money is usually where that shows up the most. Not because you can't handle it. I know you can, but because every financial decision is basically asking, do you trust your own judgment yet? I hear this constantly. I just need the right manifestation technique. Maybe, maybe not. I think the better question is, what actually happens inside of you when you imagine having the money you say you want? Not just a quick answer. I want you to actually sit with that for a second. Do you feel excited? Do you feel relieved? Or does something else show up? Like pressure, fear, guilt, isolation. That feeling matters so much. It's not telling your future, but it's telling you exactly what your mind and body have attached to financial change. And once you can see it, you actually have something to work with here. So instead of asking, why isn't the money showing up? Try asking, what money actually represents to you? What did you learn about the people who had it? What would really change your life if you had more? And which part of you is the most excited? And which part of you is the most uncomfortable? That's a different conversation than affirmations. That's the honest, that's the raw truth. And that's where real change actually begins. So if you've grown in so many areas, but money still feels like one thing that hasn't gained momentum, please don't turn that into a story about being broken or being incapable or all the work that you've done doesn't count because it does. You guys, it does. I want you to get curious instead. Money might just be inviting you into a deeper conversation. It's not about income. It's about identity, safety, trust, receiving, and the life you're actually building. That conversation is worth having because the goal was never to become someone else. It's to let your relationship with money finally catch up to the woman you already are. So, thanks for spending this time with me. If this hit home, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Actually, what is one belief about money you've realized you've been carrying, and how has it shaped your decisions? I will see you in the next one.